Alright, 18th of August here in Cyprus, and I had an interesting thought today, or an interesting realization about what is true self-esteem, because I think what we often misconfuse is ego and being arrogant and true self-esteem. What are these terms really? And I think the main difference, or the main thing what we first of all confuse is that there are two extremes, right? That we first of all have no sense of self-worth at all, where we believe, okay, we're suck, right? We're suck, we're shitty, everybody hates us, I have no success, I'm a loser. And on the other extreme is okay, I'm super successful, I have business, a super successful business that makes me a lot of money. I might have lots of girls that are chasing me, I might have a supercar, I might have muscles, whatever, and this means that I'm awesome. And if we would ask ourselves, okay, what of those things, of those two things is self-esteem? We would think, okay, the upper one, right? Okay, I'm awesome. I'm awesome. When everybody's telling me that I'm awesome, this means I'm awesome. Neither of those is self-esteem, and both positions are coming from the ego, and I will explain to you why. So on the lower end, it's coming from a place of shame, right? We're ashamed. People are telling us that we are bad. People are telling us that we are losers, that we haven't achieved anything, and we actually feel ashamed for that. And this is why we believe and we tell ourselves, okay, I do not have those things, I must be a loser. This is our conclusion. And on the other hand, we could think, okay, on the upper side, if we believe that we are awesome, isn't that self-esteem? Because self-esteem is our sense of self-worth. But this is actually what it is pride. We have this business, right, that's making us lots of money, and we are prideful for that. We think we are better because of that. Or we might be charismatic and may have many girls, and we think that we are better because of that. This is not a place of self-esteem, of inner worth. This is coming from a place of, okay, I'm better than somebody else because I have X, because I have this external thing. And here's the interesting thing that I realized today. Let's take this as a scale, right? We have positive reinforcement, people telling us that we are awesome, the cool and the famous kids at school. And then we have this lower scale, or the lower end of the scale, which is, okay, life, we have no results in life, we have nothing to show for, and people telling us that we're like the losers, quote unquote. But a person with true self-esteem, or true self-esteem in general, is not even on this scale, because this concept itself doesn't fit on this scale. And I will explain to you why. Because a person with really true self-esteem, who really has a sense of self-worth, wouldn't be affected if somebody would tell him, okay, you suck. If someone would tell him, okay, you are not awesome, you suck, you're bad, because you have no results in life, this person with self-esteem would not be affected. He knows for himself that he is valuable. He knows his worth. Some external insult doesn't affect him at all. And furthermore, even more interesting, what I think is, let's look at the upper end of the scale. Life is telling them they're awesome, they have all those results, they have the money, they have the business, they might have the girls, they have this Instagram fame. But a person with really true self-esteem, he also wouldn't be affected by that. A person with true self-esteem is very emotionally calm, emotionally centered, and his value isn't fluctuating from external factors, from external people telling them they're great. It doesn't affect them. External people telling them that they suck doesn't affect them. Life telling them they're awesome doesn't affect them. Life telling them that they are losers doesn't affect them. And when working on my self-esteem, of course I can always improve there, and I have to improve there a lot in my self-esteem, but over the last month and years I was working on my self-esteem. And I also realized at some point, compliments, when other people give you compliments, they more and more lose their meaning, because those people with self-esteem, with sense of self-worth, realize, okay, this person complimenting me, telling me that I'm awesome, if they would be honest, this doesn't really affect anything, this doesn't really change anything on a deep level. They appreciate the compliment, thank you for telling me, but they know, okay, the compliment doesn't change anything on a deep level. At the same time, you realize that people with low self-esteem, that are always searching externally for validation maybe, those are the people who are very, very affected emotionally for a compliment. They're receiving compliment and super smiling, super happy, super euphoric, because they're getting their sense of value from this compliment, because deep down inside, they don't think they have inherent value. And also, by the way, by definition, having all this money, the business, being super young, maybe a watch, having girls, being confident, being muscular, this cannot be the source and the cause for self-esteem, for inner sense of self-worth, because it is external. Money is external, women, fame, muscles, all of those are things that are external. What happens if you lose the money? If the business fails? Would this then mean, okay, this person all of a sudden has no self-esteem anymore? The external things, they can be gone, right? But the self-esteem is always steady. So what I personally observe with people who have low self-esteem and then raise to fame or raise to success because they work on themselves, they work on their, not on themselves, but on their business, they develop this ego, like they're coming like on the higher end of the person with low self-esteem, and they are like bragging on social media, they're showing off like their car, their money, all of this stuff, but it's really just a compensation, right? It's a compensation for their inner lack of sense of self-worth. They're seeking for this positive reinforcement, so external people in the outside are telling them that they're awesome, and they're like at some point super arrogant and develop this ego, develop this pride, which is really truly not good. And on the other hand, what you will observe that people who are successful because they work on the money part, but they also work on their on themselves. Those are usually pretty humble people. Those external things, they're great, they're enjoying it, but they are not like getting validated from that. They don't need that to feel valuable. Those things, they do not define me. I'm still who I am. I'm still me, also without those things, and I'm still valuable. This is why those people are humble. And as the last point, what I want to add here is that having high self-esteem doesn't mean that you do not like yourself, do not love yourself, by saying, okay, I'm great, I'm awesome. But we're saying that, okay, we have high self-esteem, but I'm great, I'm awesome, because we're loving ourselves, we're like truly having self-love and self-respect, but it's not coming from a place of pride. I'm awesome, but you are also awesome. I'm awesome, but I'm not better than you. I'm awesome and we are equal. Like, this is really the frame that those people are coming from. We are all equal. If you have any questions about this, ask me in the comments. I will happily answer the question as best as I can. I also, like, right now, I'm still replying to all of the comments myself. And it might sometimes take 1 or 2 days because I don't have always time for that. But I still reply to all of the comments. I'm not that big yet. And here are 2 statements that I want to use here to summarize it very quickly to make it hopefully a bit more clear, and that is true self-esteem doesn't equal I am awesome because of X, Y, Z external thing. True self-esteem equals I am who I am, and because of that I am valuable. Alright, a little bit different type of video now, not that structured, because it was like more freestyle, more like truly a thought that I had. Big realization for me today. But anyways, again, as always, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you learned something out of this. The purpose of this channel is to like build a community of like-minded people who all want to improve, who all want to become better, who are maybe also coming from a place like I came from, of low self-esteem, low financial resources, like low social skills, not many friends maybe. And some years ago I committed myself and told myself, hey, I literally want to improve in all of those areas as best as I can, and I want to document everything on this channel. So yeah, if this is interesting, you can consider subscribing, and then we might see each other in the next video. I post daily content, so yeah, maybe we'll see each other tomorrow. Thanks for watching, and now take some action.